Later on the show, Paige Hemis puts your garage and tools in order with the DIY organizers for pliers, wrenches, and more. So many dogs, you know, mine especially, man's best friend.
Fred.
He's just so loyal. Do you have a dog, by the way?
I have 2 dogs.
You have 2 dogs.
Chester and Wally, if they're watching.
Yeah. If they're watching, get off the sofa, right?
Go to sleep, guys.
But they can also be so much more like taking down the bad guys, for example, or just sniffing out danger. With us today is Andy Falco Jimenez, and he is here to talk about the training dogs that work with our police department. So welcome. It's good to have you here.
Thank you very much.
And now you've been doing this for over 30 years?
Yes, ma'am.
And how did you get started in doing this?
Well, as a kid, I wanted to be a whale and dolphin trainer. That was my goal.
Whale and dolphin
Yes.
trainer?
I had a jacuzzi in my backyard. I thought for sure we could have got one, but my family said no. And so somehow I became a cop. I'm really not sure how that happened. I became a police officer with the city of Anaheim.
Thank you for your service.
Yes,
Thank you.
thank you.
I found the K9 program, and I could do the best of both worlds, train animals and be a cop.
Well, we have a video that shows a little bit of your training classes,
Yeah.
what you do in these classes. Let's take a peek.
Sure.
What are we looking at here?
So there, we're teaching a dog to let go of the bad guy because it's really hard to put him in the cell with the dog still connected. That's our bite suit work, where we want to teach the dog to bite things other than just the arms, because that's not always
Like
available.
what? What else would they bite?
Your butt or your leg or your back.
Okay.
That's a door fine. The dogs have to learn to bark at the door to let us know somebody's hiding in a closet or in a bathroom.
Okay.
That's one of our female handlers there. She's out of Cathedral City.
Are they really biting hard?
Yes.
Even though they're
They
your
do?
friend? Like they
Yes.
know, right?
Very hard.
But they are biting very hard.
Don't they get hurt? Don't people kick back and like kick them and hit them and stuff like that?
Not very often. My police dog was kicked and hit with keys that somebody had put between their fingers to punch him.
Oh,
The dog
no.
moves and bites somewhere else and takes him down.
my
so.
Good dog.
goodness.
Good dog.
Yeah.
But you had mentioned that you teach the dogs, you train them to bark when at a door. But I understand that this saved your life one time.
Yeah, I was at Anaheim Police Department working. There was a shooting that happened earlier in the night. I got there about an hour later. And so all I had was the crime scene. I told my dog to sniff and look for evidence because they can do that. He led us to a garage about 10 houses down from where the shooting took place. There's a pedestrian door that was slightly cracked open. He pushed on the door and it only went about halfway open, but when he did that, I could see there was a guy laying on the ground that matched the description of one of the suspects. He was pretending he was asleep. He was breathing very heavily, so he was a very poor actor. And so I was watching him, had my gun on him and saying, "Show me your hands." At the same time, me being focused on that guy right there, my dog went around the corner behind the door and there was the second suspect with a gun.
Wow.
And he went around the door, bit him on the leg and pulled him out. The guy dropped the gun and gave up.
I understand that dog that served you is no longer with us, but you carry that dog with you?
I do.
Can you show?
That'd be flex.
Okay, right? A little bit?
He's on my arm right after he saved my life.
Is that fantastic?
Did he pass in the line of duty?
Nope,
Oh, good.
spondylosis, and he died in my arms as we had to put him down.
Well, I'm so
so
sorry
sorry
for
to
that,
hear
but
that,
so
yeah.
appreciative for all of their
Yes.
services. These dogs are amazing.
Yep.
Can you give us a little idea of some of the training techniques and what you have here for us today?
Sure. So for detection dog work, whether it's bombs or narcotics or even bed bugs like we train for the hotels and that kind of stuff, you find the odor that you want. So let's say it's marijuana. You take marijuana and you'll put the tennis ball that they love with the marijuana and put it in the same bucket, right?
Yep.
And so the dog will sniff. He'll sniff his tennis ball, get excited, but also at the same time he's smelling the narcotics we're trying to train. We repeat that over and over again, and each time we do that, we cut the tennis ball in half, we then cut it in quarters, we then just have like a little bit of the thread, and then eventually the tennis ball is
Goes
gone,
away.
and now the only thing he focuses on is the odor
scent?
that we want.
I see.
Interesting,
Yeah.
the bed bug situation, because
Yeah,
I
what-
would not have thought of that, but that's a major problem for hotels.
It's huge. We've searched trains, planes, walk-in theaters,
Automobiles.
churches. Oh, see, I left that out.
What,
I was being strong.
do we have bed bugs here? What do we have here?
Well, here we have narcotics. We have narcotics, and in this bucket system, what we do is we train the dog to work through the distractions, because all dogs like food, not, you know, some dogs more than others. They like things like urine from other dogs, that kind of stuff. So we place those in the other buckets, and we want the dog to ignore those other odors and yet find the one we're training.
This could be, for example, luggage at an airport
Right.
or something like that, and you're having them smell.
Yep.
They're going that.
So
Okay,
listen up, Captain.
take
This
us.
is good for Chester.
So before we do this, and maybe we cover the dog's ears so that he doesn't know which one it's in. But
the
which
second to the last one.
He understood you.
I mean, it's actually the first one. It's the first one. It's the first one.
He can understand
Okay,
you.
show us a show. And what's your dog's name?
Bruno.
Bruno.
Okay, Bruno.
Come on, Bruno.
He's already gone for that one.
Sit.
He knows.
Search.
Oop.
But
Yep.
His hips are sore, so he's a little slow to sit,
Yeah.
but he will sit.
Oh, they sit behind it.
But they,
Show me where it's at. Show me which one is that. Nope, that's the. There we go.
oh,
Nice.
Bruno.
Nice.
Bruno.
Nice.
Now, is Bruno only trained for narcotics? Will he find other things?
No, you only want to train the dog to find one specific odor because they can't decide. They'll sit for the narcotics and lay down for bombs.
Okay.
Because we don't know whether we should open it up or run.
What do they do in cases of, unfortunately, the Twin Towers when they're looking for human
Cadavers,
remains?
yeah.
Is that
Bark.
they bark? Is that a different dog? Is that a different dog as well?
Same.
Same.
It's
thing.
all the
So
same.
They're all different odors.
Just a
I see.
different
Okay.
alert behavior. So we want the dog to bark.
to like find your keys.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Remote controls.
First thing we should teach our dogs, though,
Yeah.
because I have Happy Fred,
Yeah.
and he's not chasing narcotics or bed bugs.
Right.
But what do we for people at home?
The most important thing is training love and respect. That's what we call our training. It's unlike any other system that I know of because you hear people talk about being an alpha to your dog.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with that. We want a relationship of love and respect.
This is a puppy.
This is a small Labrador Retriever.
Is
And
it a puppy or is it a grown dog?
He's from Ireland. He's
He looks
small.
like he's a little feisty
Yeah.
there.
But the love and respect gives you both the dog that loves to be with you and likes to respond to what it is you're asking them to do, but also respect you in the case that everything in the world belongs to you as the human being.
Sure.
I often compare it to a Christian religion with Jesus Christ. And this isn't a religious statement. I'm just
Yes.
saying that relationship, it's that everything belongs to him. We want the dog to have that same idea. The food, the bed, the ball, the house. And so we want all that respect and love that we give.
Okay, I'm sure I've made a mistake along the way, but what's the most common ones that we
Yes.
make, or what's the biggest one we
Biggest
make?
one.
The most common one, it's very simple. It's just we often reward bad behavior. For instance, if we have a dog that's yapping at the door, barking at the door, especially small dogs, we usually go over there and pick the dog up and then open the door. That's
right.
a reward. The dog wants to be handled by you, wants to be held by you. And then we go, how come it's getting worse? Because we keep picking the dog up, we keep rewarding it. The mailman is one of the best dog trainers in the world because he shows up at the same time just about every day, 6 days a week, and he always gets chased off.
So what should we do when the dog starts barking?
Yeah.
You wait for the dog to stop barking and reward that behavior. One of the things as human beings, and whether your boss or your parent, we always find the things that children or our employees are doing wrong, and we punish that or put focus on that. It's just the opposite. We want to find when the dog's doing something right and reward that. So if our dog is,
Like a dad.
I try. I have 5 kids. I'm trying my best.
Oh, wow.
But
Five
they all
kids.
wear collars, and we have leashes for all the kids.
Sure. Who doesn't this day and age?
So one way of teaching that, let me just show you a little demonstration. So now he's going to be focused on the ball here. Let me put that away.
Yeah.
But one way that you want to start with every dog is teach the dog that the food belongs to you. We want the dog to sit, and we want him to stay as we're placing down the food. We don't want the dog jumping up on us. We don't want the dog molesting us, is what I call it. And we want the dog to stay, sit. And then we want the dog to look at us because I want him to make eye contact for him to know that I'm giving him the permission to eat. Hey, Jack. Yeah, one more time. Come here, Jack. He's too busy drooling. Hey, Jack. One more time. Hey, Jack, up here.
Yeah.
Nice, eat. So what we'll do is we'll repeat that over and over, and pretty soon you'll see the dogs, they sit, they start staring, and they just
Waiting for permission.
Did you feed this dog today?
Yeah, he eats all the time. He's a Labrador Retriever.
That's the way they eat. You can find out more information on Andy by going to Falco K9Academy.com. Information there at the bottom of your screen.
And next up, actress and writer Catherine Reitman.
It's gone. It's gone.
Look at it, it's gone. There's not a morsel in there.
Fred is like that, man.